Okay. So, good morning and happy Saturday, everyone. We got football today. That's cool, right? Alright, let's get to my low, my high, my active kindness. Let's see, what was my low? Well, I guess my low is like, somehow within like a few hours of seeing my folks, my mom actually got kind of sick. Nothing major. I think she just has like a little bit of a stomach bug, I suppose. I mean, nothing really affected me, so I guess I must be doing okay. So I just feel kind of bad for my mom. But my high is, I spent the evening with my folks. My mom made first mom food of 2023, which was, she made a beef stew with rolls. And she made brownies for dessert. That was pretty cool. Although I actually have something funny about that in a minute. And my act of kindness was I helped set up and clear the table for dinner when we had it. So, actually, another part of my low is like, it was weird. Like, I'm driving on my way home last night, right? And I like start to yawn. And as like my jaw is like, extending, for the yawn to occur, like there's a pop right here, and like now my jaw hurts. Like, it's like a muscle thing or whatever. It's like crazy. I have no idea what happened. Don't worry though, I took some Advil. I'm good. I actually took some Advil prior to starting a record. So, maybe it's just because I have a little superstition for like the camera adds 10 pounds thing, but like every time I like start a video, I try like not to have anything to eat. I mean, full disclosure, it doesn't take that much energy to, make a video, or it doesn't require, that much to make a video like this. So, I can wait 15, 20 minutes, however long it is to, get myself some, breakfast or whatever. I mean, I guess maybe I'm a little bit hungry now, but it's not like I'm ravenous. Like, no, I'm fine. It can wait. Besides, I should be entertaining the masses like I'm doing right now. But regarding the funny thing I was going to say about my mom making beef stew last night, when it comes to soups and stews, my mom will only have it at one temperature, and I can only describe that temperature as boiling lava hot. And then I thought about where I got that term from, and I got it from Jim Gaffigan. Specifically the Hot Pockets joke. Hot Pockets! I love that joke so much. I do. I just thought, like, even after all these years, it's still funny. That joke is the reason why I make fun of people who eat Hot Pockets, and I never eat Hot Pockets. I make fun of people who do. And I've done that for years. Well, outside of their own home, I will. I mean, if they're eating a Hot Pocket in the inside of their home, I'm very much in the realm of leaving that alone. It is their home. What goes on inside their home is none of my business. Like, home is a safe space. It's meant to be a safe space. That's, in a way, it makes you feel home. That's what it's about. Home makes you feel home. What a concept. So, I'm having my mom's stew last night, and I actually know one way around of how hot it is, and the answer came right to the fact that, I had a dinner roll, because, I did the whole class, like, take a piece of the roll and dip it into the broth technique, similar to the whole, sometimes how, people will soak, like, bread and, like, marinara after eating pasta. Like, imagine that. Like, that's how you do it. That actually kind of cools the soup a little bit. Well, it did for me anyway. And it was weird. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my mom's beef stew, and I'd have it again in a heartbeat. But I was half expecting her to make mac and cheese. I love my mom's mac and cheese, but then I'm like, wait, come February 22nd, for like the next 5 to 6 weeks after, like, I'll be having mac and cheese at least once. Fridays during Lent and whatever. Because you can't be on Fridays, and mac and cheese is usually one of the mom foods that I have regarding not having mac and cheese. Regarding not having meat on Fridays, because you have mac and cheese, cheese pizza, stuff like that. So yeah, it was really good. My mom made brownies for dessert. The brownies were really good. Had that with a glass of milk. That was awesome. And okay, before I continue, let me write my NFL picks before I forget what they were. Okay, so the Chiefs and the Raiders, picking the Chiefs. And the Titans and Jaguars, ooh, that's a tough game. That's a tough game to call, actually. I don't know. I mean, if Jacksonville actually gets in, it'll validate the fact that my Dallas Cowboys didn't beat them when they should have. So in that regard, I'm kind of hoping for that. But at the same time, it's, Derrick Henry. I love Derrick Henry. I do believe it's at Tennessee. I mean, I should probably also preface this, because we therefore didn't get a definitive winner for Monday's game. I'm no longer going to keep track of how many wins and how many picks I got right and wrong, because at the end of the year it wouldn't be complete. So, sorry to say, I'm just going to pick them for fun. So, I picked the Chiefs, right? Picked the Chiefs for the first one, and man, this is tough. This is a really tough game to call. You know what? I'll be nice. I think it's about time Jacksonville finally broke through again. They've earned it. I mean, I don't expect them to go that far in the playoffs, mind you. But I wouldn't mind seeing what happens if Trevor Lawrence finally, if Jacksonville wound up going to the playoffs this year, it really would validate Jacksonville picking Trevor Lawrence overall. Especially when, I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but when Trevor Lawrence was in interviews, he would say, yeah, I like football, but it's not my top priority. Bro, you're going to be playing quarterback in the NFL. Football should literally be the only priority you have. I mean, you're a young, single guy who, as far as we all know, isn't in a relationship yet. No wife and kids. Football should be your top concern. And considering how much of a bad year last year was for the Jacksonville Jaguars, if they made the playoffs, it would, okay. It would be yeah, let's do it. I'm picking Jacksonville. Never thought I'd do that for this situation. I never thought Jacksonville would ever be here. But there you go. I mean, Trevor Lawrence has got to play, if they can make it a game between Trevor Lawrence and Ryan Tannehill, then they can win. However, if it's a game between Trevor Lawrence and Derrick Henry, then the Titans are going to win. So, you just got to somehow hope you catch Derrick Henry off guard, which Good luck with that. I still say Derrick Henry's a top 5 back. I mean, right now my top back in the league is Christian McCaffrey. Run CMC, baby. But yeah, Christian McCaffrey is. Don't you sleep on Derrick Henry. That's what I was gonna say. So with that in mind, what was I talking about before I talked about football? I completely forgot. My plans today are pretty straightforward. Like I said, I shouldn't sit like this. I should be a little more proper. I should sit up straight. What am I doing? I feel like it's Saturday, so I do feel like a little bit. I feel like I kind of want to relax a little bit, but at the same time, like, I should maintain posture for my audience. Yeah, full disclosure, right? Like this would be me saying straight up. At least this kind of makes it a little more intimate, I guess, and relaxed. I don't know. So, it's funny, I did talk about yesterday how there were things this year I was looking forward to, and the reason why I didn't really talk about any new shows coming out was simply because, some shows I actually need to be interested in seeing before I talk about wanting to see them. But one show that is coming out soon that I really want to be good is that 90's show. I mean, I do plan... Could I talk? Nah, I'm not. I'll wait until a little bit later to talk about it, because I really do want to make a video about that 70's show and what my thoughts about that show are overall. Because I really do, because with that 90's show coming out, I really do think, I should. Although I can say this, in like the early to mid 2000s, or actually late 90's to like the mid 2000s, like Friends was like the show. And while I have started watching Friends, not like religiously, but like if it's on, I'll watch it. I'm not like a diehard Friends fan like lots of other people are. But whereas everyone else is watching Friends, like that 70's show was the show that got me. I mean, you have to understand, if the show, like, very rarely was I ever watching a show that was live action. For me, if it wasn't animated, I had, like, no interest. Like, growing up, I think the only shows I would legit watch that were, like, live action were, like, Power Rangers and Malcolm in the Middle. Like, that was about it. Actually, I shouldn't say that. There were other shows I liked. All That and Kenan and Kel, The Amanda Show. Yeah, there were some live action shows I watched. I mean, you're probably wondering, what about me? If you can believe it, like, we didn't get really good reception until like a couple of years after Cartoon Network first became a channel. So like, at least for the first 2 years that Cartoon Network existed, I never really watched any of it. Crazy, huh? Also, there was a time we couldn't even get Disney Channel. Like, seriously, growing up, the only channels I watched were, like, Nickelodeon and Fox. And, Fox had The Simpsons. Do I even need... Like, Nickelodeon had Rugrats, and then Fox had, like, The Simpsons. Two of the most iconic shows. Well, The Simpsons is one of the most iconic shows ever. And Rugrats, like, there was a time when Rugrats legit took over the world. I love Rugrats. And, I was actually just thinking about this the other day. when it comes to, seriously, Rugrats was the one cartoon that ever, the first cartoon to ever get me to see it and cry. If you've ever seen the Rugrats Mother's Day episode, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That, when it comes to being sad, that one's all time for me. But, Fox had The Simpsons, and Fox also had That 70's Show, and I would watch That 70's Show if it was ever on. I mean, I wasn't like a diehard fan, obviously, and even when the show was running its final season, I remember seeing the promo for like its final season, and being like, maybe I should at least watch the finale. So, if nothing else, I saw the finale, which I'll talk about that later. But I will say this, knowing what I know now, That 70's Show has one of the greatest finales I've ever seen. Straight up. It's great in terms of how clever it is. But don't worry, I'll further explain that when we get to it. So, needless to say, I'm really hoping that 90's Show is good. I really want that 90's Show to be good. Especially when it's got the cast coming back, and I'll talk about that later. I should probably get one today. So I hope y'all like this video. If you did, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humble to make this video for all of you guys watching. Your name will be a wonderful. Why am I pointing like this? I was about to point to that, but I'm thinking I'm about to do the outro, but I'm pointing my eye. What am I doing? So I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, for you guys want to talk channel, I'm always going to be here to lend you, and I'll always be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.